The world is stranger than you think. From continents that fit inside other continents, to countries with no rivers, to places where it literally rains diamonds. The planet we live on is full of geography facts so bizarre, most people don't believe them. Here are 25 random geography facts that will shock you. Let's go. Fact 1. Russia spans 11 time zones. If you flew from one end of Russia to the other, you'd cross more time zones than flying from London to New York and still be in the same country. Fact 2. Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world combined. Canada holds about 60% of the world's freshwater lakes and over 2 million of them. That's more than every other country on Earth put together. Fact 3. Australia is wider than the moon. The moon's diameter is about 3,474 kilometers. Australia's width from east to west is roughly 4,000 kilometers. The continent is literally wider than our nearest neighbor in space. Fact 4. There's a country entirely inside another country. Lesotho is completely surrounded by South Africa on all sides, making it one of only 3 countries in the world entirely encircled by just one other nation. Fact 5. The Nile flows north. Most people assume rivers flow south, but the Nile actually flows northward from its source in Central Africa all the way to the Mediterranean Sea in Egypt. Fact 6. Indonesia has more than 17,000 islands. The archipelago nation of Indonesia is made up of over 1,700 islands, though only around 6,000 are inhabited. It's the world's largest island country. Fact 7. Point Nemo is the most remote place on Earth, located in the Pacific Ocean. Point Nemo is over 2,700 kilometers from the nearest land. The closest humans to it are often astronauts aboard the ISS. Fact 8. The Sahara Desert was once green. Around 11,000 years ago, the Sahara was a lush, wet savanna full of rivers, lakes, and wildlife, transformed by shifts in Earth's orbital cycle. Noidi. Fact 9. Vatican City is smaller than New York's Central Park. At just 44 hectares, the world's smallest country fits entirely inside Central Park, yet it has its own post office, radio station, and army. Fact 10. Mount Everest is not the closest point to space. While Everest is tallest above sea level, Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is actually closest to outer space because of the equatorial bulge. Fact 11. There's a river that flows inside the ocean. The Black Sea has a hidden underwater river on its floor with saltier, denser water. It has currents, rapids, and even waterfalls entirely underwater. Fact 12. Finland has more saunas than cars. Finland has a population of 5.5 million and approximately 3.3 million saunas, roughly 1 for every 2 people. More saunas than registered cars. Fact 13. The Dead Sea is 430 meters below sea level. It's the lowest point on Earth's surface, so salty that no fish or complex organisms can survive in it. Fact 14. Bolivia has 2 capital cities. Sucre is the constitutional capital, while La Paz is the seat of government and the highest capital city in the world. Fact 15. There's a place where it rains diamonds. On Neptune and Uranus, scientists believe intense pressure and heat transform carbon atoms into diamonds that rain down through the atmosphere. Fact 16. Greenland belongs to Denmark. Despite being the world's largest island and 50 times bigger than Denmark itself, Greenland is technically a Danish territory. Fact 17. The Pacific Ocean is larger than all land combined. The Pacific covers about 165 million square kilometers, more than all of Earth's landmasses put together. Fact 18. Brazil is named after a tree. The country's name comes from the Brazilwood tree, highly valued for its red dye by Portuguese colonizers in the 1500s. Fact 19. Africa fits multiple continents inside it. The African continent is 30 million square kilometers, large enough to fit the USA, China, India, Europe, and Japan inside it simultaneously. Fact 20. Norway and Russia share a border. Despite NATO tensions, Norway and Russia share a real land border in the far north near the Barents Sea. Fact 21. The shortest border in the world is between Spain and Gibraltar. Just 1.2 kilometers long, about a 15-minute walk from one end to the other. Fact 22, Antarctica has no permanent residents, but has a postcode. No one lives there permanently, but it has been assigned the postcode BIQQ1ZZ by the British Postal System. Fact 23, the Amazon River discharges 20% of all river water into the ocean. It releases so much fresh water that you can scoop drinking water from the ocean over 100 miles from the river's mouth. Fact 24, Japan has over 6,800 islands. Most people think of Japan as 4 main islands, but the archipelago contains 6,152 islands. Less than 500 are inhabited. In fact 25, the world's oldest living city is Damascus. Damascus in Syria has been continuously inhabited for over 11,000 years. And that's 25 geography facts most people never know. Which one shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments.